हेलो फ्रेंड। सोशलॉजी विद ध्रुव दीक्षित चैनल। आज आपके साथ मैं डिस्कस करूंगा नेचर ऑफ सोशलॉजी। सोशलॉजी इज ए साइंस। So many scientists say sociology is a science. Sociology is a science. Before proceeding to elaborate upon the statement, it is necessary to know what science is. Some people look upon some specific subject matter as a science, that is chemistry, engineering, medical, physics, etc. Common people base their distinction between art and science on this meaning. But as to what is science, it would be advisable to consult scientists themselves. Some definition of science are given below. Besant and Besant says it is approach rather than content. That is the test of science. Green says science is a way of investigation. White says science is a scientist. Carl Pearson says the unity of all science consists in its method, not in its material. Besides these scientists, Carr, Akoff, Klein and Glenn, and many other sociologists accept science as a method. Science as a method. It differs from art only on account of method. It is the method of virtue of which the different bodies of knowledge are called sciences, despite a wide disparity of subject matter. Some scientific methods process by way of following steps. First, observation. The first or initial step is the scientific method is a minute and careful observation of the subject matter of research. This observation often necessitates the use of apparatus which must be accurate. Second step is recording. The second step of scientific method is a careful recording of all the data obtained in the observation. Third step is classification. Now the collect data, now the collected data have to be classified and organized. This is a serious step. In the word of Carl Pearson, the classification of facts, the recognition of their sequence and relative significance is the function of science. The classification is aimed to place the disgenerated facts into such relation that they exhibit optimatical pattern. Fourth step is generalization. The fourth step in the scientific method is the extraction of general law on the basis of pattern accepted by the classified material or briefly generalization. This general law is known as scientific law. In the word of MacIver, such a law is simply another name for a carefully described and uniformly recurring sequence of conditions. Fifth step of science is verification. The scientific method does not stop only at the formulation of general law. No scientific method is stopped without general law. The general principle must also be verified. The very the validity of scientific principles can be ascertained by examination. This validity is their essential condition in the absence of which they forfeit their claim to the title of scientific law. Essential element of science. From the proceeding account of the scientific method, these are some essential elements of science. First, scientific method, as has been stated before, a science is so called not because of its subject matter, but because it implies the scientific method. Second, factual. Science is the study of fact. Science is the study of fact in subject matter, in fact, not ideal. Third, universal. Scientific principles are universal. Every scientific principle are universal. They hold true irrespective of the temporal and spatial order. Fourth, veridical. Scientific laws are veridical. Its validity can be examined at any time. It may be tested any number of times. It will prove true in every case. Fifth, discovery of cause and effect relationship. Every science searches for the cause effect relationship in its subject matter and its condition provide universal and valid law. Six, prediction. Science can make prediction on the basis of universal and valid laws relating to the cause-effect relationship in any other subject. The foundation of science is based upon its of faith in causality. So be every science sociology is examined on the basis of six foregoing essential. It will be known that sociology process the essential characteristics of science. Sociology is a science. Sociology apply scientific method. All the method of sociology are scientific. All the method. It in them are implies among other the such scientific approaches, scales of sociometry, schedule, questionnaire, interview, case history, etc. In these methods, the first step in the collection of data through observation. Collection of data through observation. Observation is a method of science which is then systematically recorded. Following this, the data are classified and finally law the enacted in the basis of accepted data. The validity of these laws is verified. Second, sociology is factual. Sociology studies social relationship. Every sociological studies social relationship and activities. As Reuter and Hart has explained, the general problem that sociology gets for itself for a description of the social process. Third, the principle of sociology are universal. Every sociological principle are universal. Law of sociology prove true at all time and places as long as the conditions do not vary. The law are divided in any assumption. Sociological principles are vertical. Every sociological principle are veridical. In this way, the law of sociology prove true at every verification and re-verification. Their validity can be examined by anyone. To take an example, one can consider the law that in that an increase in the number of divorce indicates acceleration of family disorganization. Fifth, sociology delineates cause-effect relationship. Sociology observed the cause and effect relation. In the foregoing example of divorce and family disorganization, divorce is an effect and family disorganization one of its causes. Sociology has discovered a cause effect relationship between the phenomena of divorce and family disorganization. In the same way, sociology traces cause effect relationship in social disorganization and other indicate incidents, activities of relationship in society, and then formulate laws consulting them. In this way, sociology finds an answer to how as well as why. How as well as why. Six, sociology can make prediction. On the basis of cause-effect relationship, sociology can anticipate the future and make prediction. Concerning social relationship, activities, incident, etc., disorganization in the families becomes pronounced. It can make prediction concerning the number of divorce, illicit relationship, and many other things. Knowing the cause effect relationship, it can determine what will be on the basis of what is. So clearly evident from the foregoing description of sociology that it is a science. Sociology is a science. Sociology think in terms of abstraction, and scientific study is possible only through abstracted form. The law of these abstracted forms determine the reaction consult object. In this way, the law of sociology are effectively universal and vertical. Sociology tries to discover cause effect relationship in social, familial, and individual disorganization and other social maladies and relationships. Incident, the reaction, beside other social facts, sociology, how wrought a revolutionary change in the how wrought a revolutionary change in man's assumption and brought hope for a future harmony in human society. Thanks.